Shalom. So today I'll be talking about compound numbers in Hebrew. Compound numbers in Hebrew. So, what are compound numbers? They are just like numbers that are not whole. They are not whole numbers. So, and if you can remember very well, when I was taking the Hebrew consonants, I was giving us the numerical value of those Hebrew consonants. So there are some that have 1 to 9, and from 1 to 9, that's this 1 to 10. So from 10, so we did not have 11, we did not have 12 to 19. So it moves to 20 and all that. So this is how it works. Simply, this is how it works. So in Hebrew, we have units. In mathematics, there is units, tens, and hundreds, and above. But in Hebrew, we only have units, tens, and hundreds. So in Hebrew, the units, the unit number are represented by aleph to tet, like we have it. So this is aleph represented by 1. This is bet represented by 2. Gimel represented by 3. Dalet represented by 4. We have a 5. Wow 6. Zayin 7. Chet 8, and tet, which is 9. These are units. So they have they have single Hebrew alphabetical representation. So likewise, we also have tens, the unit of tens, so the group of tens too. That is, tens is represented by Yod to Sade. So we have Yod to be 10, we have Kaf to be 20, we have Lamed to be 30, we have Men to be 40, we have Nun to be 50, we have Samek to be 60, we have Ayin to be 17, we have Fe to be 80, and we have Sade. So what is the different thing we have here is you can see we have 10, there is no 11. So there is no 12, there is no 13, and so on. We also have 20, there is no 21, there is no 22. So we also have 30, which is there is no 31 to 39. So there is no single alphabet, Hebrew alphabet, to represent those numbers. So we also have 40, no single alphabet, from 41 to 49, 50 at the same time from 51 to 59, and to 91 to 99. There is no single alphabet to it. So these ones are tens, they are a group of tens. So we also have hundreds, because those are the 3 groups of numbers that we have in Hebrew. So we also have hundreds represented by Kof to Tau, combined by Kof to Tau. So Kof itself is 100. We have Resh to be 200. We have Shin to be 300, and we have Tau to be 400. Those are the whole numbers that we have in Hebrew. So represented by Hebrew alphabet. So what are we going to do? What we are expected to do today in this lesson is that we are going to, how do we get to represent these compound numbers, because they also have a way by which you can represent them. So these compound numbers like 11 to 19, 21 to 29, 31 to 39, 41 to 49, 51 to 59, and so on and so forth. So we have examples there. Now we have a let's call it an exercise. So we are asked to represent that is, let us represent the following compound numbers with Hebrew alphabet. We have 11. How do we represent 11? We have 12, 15, 16, 21, 33, 1 over 2 to 1, 500, and 1000, among many other numbers. We still have other numbers actually, but let us use these as to lay a bedrock to it. That is, if you understand this, trust me, it is very simple for you to solve. It's very simple. Me personally, I call this mathematics in Hebrew mathematics. So now we have it. Let's go to the solution. This is 11. Don't forget, the main rule that we have in Hebrew is that we start writing from the right to the left. So you cannot solve this 11 using the normal mathematical setting or way. Now there is this thing you have to follow. So let me use the word simplification. So how do we do this? How do we get to solve this one? These numbers. The first thing you have to do is to simplify those numbers. Simplify those numbers. Break those numbers into units and tenths, depending on the figure we have depending on the figure you are dealing with. So break those numbers into units and tenths. Now this is what I'm saying. Now before proceed, now we still have the facts that you have to start writing from the right to the left. So the big one, which is, for instance, if you are having 11, for instance, if you have to break 11 into units, so if you have to simplify 11, you have to that is, you have 10 number, you have to break it down into 10, and you have to break it down into units, which is 1 plus 10. You get? So now the biggest number will be on the right hand side, and the smallest number will be on the right hand side. Let's see the first one. This is 11. This is what I'm saying now. 11. So you have to simplify this 11. Let's see. This is 11. Let's see 1, because 1 is represented by 1 as a representation. So break it down into 1 and plus. That will be 1 plus. If you remove 1 from 11, you still have 10, right? So plus 10. So 1 plus 10. So this is still 11. You can see that the biggest number is on the right hand side, while the smallest number is on the left hand side. So unlike mathematics that you have your 10 here and 1 here, no. So it is different here. So now you get to solve this now. This is 1. Okay, let's start with okay, this is 1, right? We have 1. Look for what represents 1. So if you look at the units number, you are going to see that 1 is represented by Aleph itself. Aleph. That is 1. And 10 is represented by Yud. So therefore we have our 11. So this is 11 in Hebrew. So number 2, you still follow the same method. So we have, let's break it down like before. So this is 12. So we are going to have 2 plus 10. 2 plus 10. 2 plus 10 will now give us, this is 2 is represented by bets. And 10 is still represented by Yod. So now this 15. Now this 15 and 16. You have to be very careful when you get there, because if you have to break this down into the direct unit or something, it's going to give you the name of God, the representative of God. For instance, this is, if you have to break this down, 5 is represented by Hey, and 10 is represented by Yud. Now if you have to write this down, we have Yah, we have WH, which is equivalent to you saying Yahweh. So, and that is wrong. Don't forget, Exodus says, do not call the name of your God in vain. So then it is offensive to actually write the name of God anyhow. So the same thing applicable to 16 too. We break it down to 6 and 10. 6 is what? 6 is wow, and 10 is Yod. So we have to break this down. You see, have WYW, still saying the name of God. So how do we go about this now? We will look for another number to represent them. So let's start with the smallest one. We can still bring it to like 6. This is 6. So what do we have to say is that we give you 15 again. So we have 9, 6 and 9. So we have 6 plus 9. 6 is represented by wow, and 9 is represented by 30. So this is 15. And the same thing applicable to 16 too. So we have 7 and 9. 7 and 9. We have 7 plus 9. You are going to have the 16. So we have, and 7 is represented by Zayin. And 9 is still represented by 30. So we have our we have our 16. So in the next video we are going to continue on the next one.